Welcome to a world of thrills, a world of drama, of capes and tights, a world where death is a revolving door. Welcome to the Geek Matrix. Hello, everyone. As I just said, welcome to the Geek Matrix. We are live on Saturday. No, it's Thursday night. No, how's that?
Thursday Night Live.
Yeah. How's that go? Live from
Saturday night.
Yeah, well, no, it's live from New York. It's Saturday
Live
night.
from New York. It's
but
Saturday.
like, Brandon's the only one in New York.
That's true. Well, not currently, but
Not okay. So live from anywhere but New York. It's Thursday night.
There you go.
Yeah. So I am Rob. If you haven't figured that out by now, and you've heard my lovely co-hosts with me today is Brandon.
Yes, and today I was shocked to learn that Rob is a member of Limp Bizkit because he was singing the lyrics to "Rolling" before we started rolling. I did a double take, and then I did a backflip.
I rediscovered that song this morning, and I've been listening to it like all day.
I didn't know if you were singing that just because like we were about to start rolling, like the show.
Oh, that's a good point. But
or you just had
listening.
It on your mind.
Literally 20 minutes ago, it was playing on my phone.
Oh my god!
And Josh is here.
Howdy. You know, we might not be in the Big Apple, but I'm sure we've been called a basket of fruit or two. A time or two.
I think we're definitely as crazy as a bunch of bananas, but
yes.
There you go. A bunch of bananas.
I've been called a peach.
I knew there was a fruit joke there somewhere.
Was that what was the context of that? I feel like
I'd rather not say.
Okay, I was gonna say sometimes
it may or may not have been on an app that shares a name with a skateboard move.
I see.
No, that didn't actually happen, but it could have. Like I have an actual true story of once before I met my wife, when I got tired of getting rejected by women, so I went to male seeking male. Literally for months I would send out messages on any dating service I was on, like, and we'd have a conversation for like a half an hour, and then I'd get ghosted, or if I even got that, for months from women. I go to men seeking men, and within an hour I got 4 messages sent to me. I hadn't even done anything. I just got 4 messages sent to me, 3 of them just looking for sex.
Wow.
And one of them was twice my age.
Need some booty.
Yeah, I hadn't gone that far yet.
You're the belle of the ball, my friend.
Quite literally, but
it
was at that point I realized why women complain about dating services so much.
Oh my god!
It was not a great experience because they were not subtle at all.
You were literally objectified. Wow.
I was, yeah.
Now you know.
I have just been violated.
Yeah.
I don't even know what they were objectifying. I don't think I had a photo of, but they tried. That default picture looks so good.
Like,
on
makes
you.
You'd be surprised.
Really
You'll be attracted by very little.
Yeah,
it's all up to the imagination.
That's whatever you can do with your mind is good enough. Right. So that's my inappropriate story for the week.
That's enough dirty talk for today.
That's enough dirty talk. Let's talk about something very, very clean, very holy, very nice.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Yes.
Very nice. It is
Zenoscope's latest. No, I'm just kidding.
Please. That is about as far from clean as you could get.
So we're going to take a quick shoot on over to I get Brandon used to call it the indie corner, but we're going to call it the Marvel corner right now. A corner Brandon also used to run. And
we used to have a Marvel show, but that's it was a long time ago, I guess.
I think Kirk got really fucking busy, and I think you were busy, and
Yeah.
And let's face it, Marvel
Sad
has
times.
not been that great.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I
But
don't know.
now,
Maybe
fuck
it's time to
DC.
resurrect it.
It's time to talk about Marvel.
Yes.
Because if
Today,
y'all have not been following the news.
Well, yesterday was the day, but today is the day.
Yes, yeah. Ultimate Spider-Man #1. Pencils. I think just pencils or a full art from Marco Cicchetto?
Just pencils.
Just
pencils. And then colors from Matt Wilson.
All right. And written by the incomparable Jonathan Hickman.
Of course.
Oh my god.
Highly awaited book for many reasons.
Yeah, like dear listener, if you have not been hearing about this book, and I don't know how you couldn't have, because it's being talked about all over the place, at least right now. You need to check it out. There is a small prerequisite of reading in what was it called? Ultimate
Invasion.
But I would Ultimate Invasion, right?
Yeah.
I don't really understand the invasion part still, but like Ultimate Invasion.
Yeah, it was kind of a mistitle, but that is something that I'll say it's not essential that you read it. There is a plot point from there that obviously feeds into this story, but it does a good job of explaining that if you didn't read Ultimate Invasion, you'd be fine.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
which is perfect, because that's not what this issue is about. This issue is about a lot of other things well, Rob, why don't you take it away before I start rambling?
Quite literally, you said it best. It's perfect.
Yes.
It is like I gave it a 9.5.
You gotta be shitting me.
I know. I expected greatness. I was not disappointed.
Exactly. Like we were going into this with high hopes, and those hopes were delivered on.
Wow.
Yes. It's very rare that happens. I still scored it a 9.5. It would have had a 9.75 if there was I don't remember what the problem was.
Honestly, my problem was just that it was not longer. Like it
felt pretty long though.
It was a slightly chunky first issue, but honestly, I was just like, god, that fucking
I want issue 2 right now.
I know, it's like that cliffhanger though. I'm like just give me the rest of it. I hate reading issues like that where it's like it's so good and it has such a perfect cliffhanger, and you're like, fuck, I gotta wait a month. I didn't mean to slam the table, but I was so angry that I'm like, I have to wait a whole ass month for the next issue.
Whole ass month.
So can I tell you though, I actually got slightly disappointed when I got to the page that they did the day before, and Peter talked to the hologram or saw the hologram, but I was just enjoying the ride of seeing the changes in Peter's life 20 years after not being bitten by the spider, and how he grew up. I'm
sure we'll have more
enjoying so much of just reading this alternate history.
Alternate history, or is this basically just like a giant series of what if Peter didn't get bitten?
No, alternate history.
History.
They firmly. So one of the first things that we learn in Ultimate Invasion, right at the end, is basically you get this tease of Peter Parker in the lab or whatever is about to get bitten by the spider, and then whoops, someone knocks it off, and wouldn't you know it, it's the Maker. And then the next issue is basically the Maker rewrites the entire history of this iteration of the Marvel universe so that the heroes never existed. So you have that as the baseline. Yeah, so you have that as the baseline, right? So just imagine that all of Marvel history never happened, and Peter lived, as it tells us in this issue, a perfectly ordinary, normal life.
And the whole concept of, and it's kind of interesting because Ultimate Universe was started with Ultimate Spider-Man in 2000. That the entire the basic change that the Maker needed to make, he traced all the changes of the heroes back to Peter getting bit by the spider, and that's the catalyst that created the hero world for Ultimate Universe. Besides the weird history, Captain America was still around, and the Asgardians are around. But also the fact that the mutants were created by the government 30 years prior to that. but that's besides the point. Everything else spiraled out of Peter getting bit.
Oh wow.
So the Fantastic Four, I think it said their mission was delayed, so they didn't get hit by cosmic rays, and Thor obviously didn't end up becoming Thor. just a lot of things like Banner probably didn't end up becoming Hulk because the explosion.
But then
didn't alter him or something like that.
Who was the Hulk in Australia?
Oh wait, no. What am I talking about? Yeah,
Was
or,
that
or at
Banner?
least it might have been Banner. I don't know. But,
Yeah.
So yeah, just things that were changed and altered so that it was not basically the Marvel universe that the Maker just escaped from.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But
it's been a mighty long time since I've heard anybody say anything better than "it's good" about a Spider-Man book.
No, it's
like wait until Sinister Spider-Man.
Listen,
for somebody to say that shit.
One of the reasons
that's not even Spider-Man.
Yeah, one of the reasons that this book has been so highly anticipated and I think very warmly welcomed is because it's a rough time to be reading Spider-Man right now. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Rob and I have talked about this endlessly, but it's just like you're either stuck with just the shit, literally the shit, or I don't know, you either are really into it and love it. And I don't know really anyone who is loving the current run of Spider-Man right now. So it's a hard time to
seen some people online saying they enjoy it, and I don't understand why.
Has anybody checked out the new Spider-Man 2099 book?
I have
one of you?
not.
Yeah, I didn't read the because I know it's like continuing the Steve Orlando did like a previous 2099 series, and I didn't read that, so I didn't want to jump in without having that context.
Good character.
It looked interesting, but it looks like it's like a series of adventures of him going up against like monsters of the future.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a Monster of the Week book.
Almost.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I still have kind of a sour taste in my mouth
covers
from the last 2099 event that they did with Nick Spencer. So I've kind of put that on pause until I can be
Miguel
assured.
O'Hara. That's a good character.
I like.
He's a good character, but I need a good story too.
Yeah, I need Miguel O'Hara and Terry McGinnis to team up for real, not just on that made up cover.
Yes, not just on the Dan Mora fan art page or whatever it was.
Was that Dan Mora that drew that?
It was Dan Mora. That was like early Dan Mora.
Who did you just say?
Which is why I felt so vindicated when he started drawing for DC, because I was like, I know this guy is so good, and now everyone can see.
O'Hara team up with who?
McGinnis, Terry McGinnis.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
No,
what about
it doesn't Dan Mora's dream.
Who would be a good modern day DC character to put with Batman Beyond? Like Batman Beyond Neo Gothic, the Batman Beyond that we've got right now. That character. The way
being a fan of the DC animated universe, I'm gonna say Static.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a good choice.
Yeah.
Damn.
Because they did actually team up numerous times in the animated universe. Even down to an episode of Justice League with Kronos.
Yeah.
They ended up in the future, and Static was there, old gray hair, full gray beard. He was there. He recognized Jon Stewart. They had a moment. Yeah. And Terry was there.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Here I was sitting thinking Sideways, but damn, that's a good one.
Sideways is a good choice too.
Mm.
You know, something else that's sideways is the number of books that DC gave us. I mean, we dropped from like 18 to 2.
Yeah.
Can I just say,
I
love how we began this conversation with talking about Ultimate Spider-Man and then said nothing about the book.
Oh shit!
Basically nothing.
Pretty much, yeah. Like I'm apprehensive to give spoilers though, because like, okay, a few key takeaways. Spoiler alert, jump ahead 2 minutes if you don't want spoilers. Josh, are you okay with this? You're gonna hear them.
Yeah, yes, I'm okay with Ultimate Spider-Man.
Okay. So as spinning out of Ultimate Invasion, the Maker framed Tony Stark for causing an explosion in New York City that killed thousands of people. I think it was thousands.
Yes,
and among those dead were not only Norman Osborn and his wife Emily, but also Aunt May. dead,
Gone. Well, as
All
far
of
as we know, but
as far as we know,
Whoa.
but they look pretty fucking dead.
yeah.
Pretty fucking dead.
This is a Peter that grew up without powers, ended up marrying Mary Jane, had 2 kids, got a job as an investigative reporter at the Daily Bugle.
Mhm.
And not only that, we find out in this issue, which made my jaw drop, J. Jonah Jameson does work there, but he's not the managing editor.
What?
The managing editor is none other than, you ready for this? Hold on to your britches. Ben Parker.
Get out.
Yeah.
And an amazingly written Ben Parker, if
Oh,
I
yes.
do say so myself.
So fucking good.
There
Not
is-
only that, Jonah and Ben are like
oh yeah,
best
they have
friends.
like just a great dynamic.
We're talking
Yeah.
Uncle Ben, though, right?
Uncle
Yeah,
Ben,
Uncle
yeah.
Ben.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Rice himself.
And again, I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but easily the standout scene for me in this issue, there were a few, but there's one scene where Peter and Uncle Ben have an exchange towards the end, which kind of serves as the catalyst for Peter eventually taking the step to become this ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Supposedly, we'll see in the next issue.
It's
just
really a new version of
perfectly
with
written.
great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
You could call it the ultimate version of that
Pretty
line.
Honestly, I well, I don't want to say I like it more, but I like the message of it, which is just like don't wait for things to happen to you. Just make them happen.
Exactly. Yeah. And Peter does just
Got
that. This whole issue is backdropped on a moment that we don't see until the end of the issue. That jumps a day previous. Where the whole time Peter is dealing with something that happened the night before, and we don't find out what that is until the end of the issue. We don't realize that he's dealing with this. We just see throughout the issue that he's kind of just coasting, and he doesn't feel right in his life, and he's just leaning on all of his most important people in his life to like ask questions and like see, okay, what do you think? Like, what do you think about me, right? Like, what should I do? And at the end, we find out what that all is, and it is. I won't give that away, but it ties in heavily to Ultimate Invasion. He gets a message from somebody,
so hard,
who then reveals to him that in
another
universe, in another time, he was a hero called Spider-Man.
Yes.
Yeah.
But just there's so much about this issue that it's just perfect. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know any other way to describe it.
Yeah, I agree with Brandon that like it does a good job in this issue of explaining the history you need to know to understand Ultimate Spider-Man. But quite fucking honestly, much like if you're reading Transformers, you should be reading Duke and Void Rivals as well. If you're reading Ultimate Spider-Man, just fucking read Ultimate Invasion because it works so well together as a full story.
How many issues is Ultimate Invasion?
I think it was
it's just 4.
Yeah,
there's like a coda issue, so 5 basically, but fairly tightly written, I would say. Great way to introduce this new version of the Ultimate Universe, if you want to call it that. Earth.
It's 6160.
6160, yeah.
Yeah, an anagram of
6160.
Yeah.
I like
well, not an anagram. It's
it's
like a reverse.
Adding a 0 to
reverse,
616.
Yeah. I mean, so yeah.
Because that's regular Marvel Universe, right?
Yeah,
well, it's like
Ultimate Universe was Earth 1610.
Yeah, this isn't probably not the best way to put it, but it's almost like a mashup of 616 and 1610, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so Marvel's New 52.
Well, I guess you could say DC's New 52 is arguably their response to the Ultimate Universe, but that depends on who you ask.
I always thought
that's what I have to compare it to.
Earth 1.
I read.
Earth 1 was like, because those books started pre-Flashpoint. That was like testing the water of, okay, if we're doing the whole like just scrubbing away continuity starting from the beginning, here's what it would look like. And then within a year of, is that Superman Earth 1, they had already relaunched everything. So it was kind of like you had both of those things.
I see, when that shit happened, that's when Miles Morales came around, and Ironheart, right? Ironheart.
That was like
Ironheart was
2016.
616.
Yeah, and yeah, it was a
Well,
little later.
Miles was what 2008?
Who's
The
the
Death
other-
of
Was it,
Ultimate
no, that was
Spider-Man.
like
Or was that later?
2010.
That was 2010. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, 2010, 2011.
Mm-hmm. I'll never forget that Death of Ultimate Spider-Man was such a touching story. It was so fucking good.
There was one other one I was just thinking of.
Hmm.
I can't remember. Oh, Amadeus Cho. Did he start out as an Ultimate Hulk?
No,
No.
he was main universe.
Yeah.
Who was the Ultimate Hulk? Was
Banner.
there an Ultimate Banner?
Yeah,
Was the
yeah.
Ultimate Hulk?
Yeah.
Okay, I read the Amadeus Cho stuff. That was good. Now I didn't read all of it, but I
as
picked up
Braun,
issues of
Totally
that
Awesome
and
Hulk, or when
Ironheart
he was
and
like Hercules' sidekick.
Totally Awesome Hulk.
Oh, okay. Still good,
The
but I liked him a
name-
lot better when he was like
Yeah, but he's kind of like
the new Rick Jones.
basically. Yeah, I was about to say that.
He was a lot more interesting then.
And Rick
I did not think
Jones?
that.
How
Rick
dare you?
Jones.
No, I mean better. Like,
I'm
more
rich,
interesting.
bitch. I'm Hulk, bitch.
Well, I mean, Rick Jones was Abomination.
I
so,
don't mean him better than Rick Jones. I mean better than him as Braun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I liked him when he was like the 7th smartest person on the planet.
Yeah,
and he was just like obsessed with the Hulk.
sidekick.
Yeah,
Yeah, he had like this whole role in what is it? Avengers Time Runs Out, like the last legs of the Hickman Avengers run.
oh yeah.
So I totally forgot about that.
I guess as Braun.
Or no, not as Braun. It's just Amadeus because he was like
he was able to
confused.
revert.
Yeah, so he had
I thought
joined.
he was stuck as Braun.
No, so well, this is pre. I think this is pre Totally Awesome Hulk. But,
Okay.
this is like he had joined the Illuminati after the rift between the Avengers, where Cap had found out that the Illuminati was blowing up planets during the incursions, and then they had the huge rift and everything. But no, Amadeus had joined the Illuminati and everything, and yeah, I don't know. I kind of like. I think it is cool the role that he's had with the champions and everything, but I kind of agree. I like him more as like, smart, maybe not sidekick, but like smart science based person that people work with sometimes.
Right. Yeah, no, I agree. Like he was more interesting when he wasn't just another Hulk analog.
Mhm.
Like there was some interesting concepts of you had this person who was claimed to be in control of his Hulk identity, but then there was still that raging beast inside, and this whole idea of what a Hulk truly is. Like that was interesting, but at the same time, just like I miss that 16-year-old kid that would just like chase after the Hulk and do calculations on the fly. Like he was.
I gotta go back and read some of that run of Hulk. It's like the Greg Pak era, right?
Greg Pak, yeah. It's like right in the middle of Planet Hulk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think was he around before Planet Hulk? And then during Planet Hulk, he was with Hercules, or was that post World War Hulk?
Hercules.
I don't remember. So I think it was post World War Hulk. It became the Incredible Hercules.
Yeah.
Which was really weird, but
I
didn't hate it.
Well, yeah, it sounds like it might have been interesting.
It was certainly interesting, which is really weird that we're reading a Hulk book and now all of a sudden it's Hercules. Like, it kept the same numbering too. Like,
that's funny.
Yeah. All right. If you could give it a score though, Brandon, Ultimate Spider-Man.
Oh, I had 9.5 too.
9.5,
yeah. I was very close to giving it 9.25. I think just because there were two things. One, I was really salty because I finished the issue and I was like, what the fuck? I can't believe they're leaving it on this cliffhanger like this. Like, how can you just end it there?
I mean, that makes perfect sense to me that they ended it there. I was still disappointed though.
I was like, oh, come on. And then the only other thing, and like it's a minor point, and I get why, but I am a little disappointed that like, so when the maker's like, or not the maker, when Tony's giving his speech, basically saying like, oh, the maker robbed you of your history, and you were supposed to be this, and that. Inside is a suit that will help you live up to your potential and everything. I was like, oh, like I don't know. It just felt like kind of a cop out of we're not going to get to see Peter assembling his suit in classic style or anything like that. I know that's played out. I know they've done that a million times. This is a very easy way to do it, and I know that this. What? Oh, what's up?
They still will, because the suit, and he did say, Tony did say it was like a stealth suit.
Yeah.
And then you see the suit he's wearing. You think it might be a silhouette, but I think it literally was just a black suit with white eyes.
Huh.
So he could still assemble the red and blue that we see on the cover.
Well, okay, because it kind of looked like in shadow it was the Spider-Man suit.
Yeah,
I couldn't tell.
I can check that.
But if they do end up making it just like an all black suit that he'll eventually customize, I think that would be really cool. But I don't know. I kind of like that stuff of like, oh well, I'm learning how to be a hero. I'm learning how to adapt my look and all that stuff.
Spider-Man's got some big ass eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sometimes, depends on who draws him, but
Todd McFarlane typically was the biggest. Yeah.
Todd McFarlane goes overboard, but
weirder eyes than a stormtrooper, but
so his eyes are typically colored bright ass white. So when he's had stealth suits or black suits like Spider-Man Noir, this stealth suit, why does he still have the big wide eyes? That's not very stealthy.
Brand recognition.
I mean,
I don't know. It's cool.
Yeah,
it's probably easier.
You think that they would narrow up the eyes a little bit? Did they at least do that? Like make them slits?
Nope.
That's
nope. No, it's regular Spider-Man eyes.
Guess they got to let you know it's him somehow, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Tony calls it a stealth suit, but I think the entire idea is just supposed to be his black costume and like the same version of the symbiote, but without the giant white spider on the chest. Mm-hmm. And the idea here is that the black suit is the pre-suit. It's like his Mark 1, if you will, I think is the idea they're going for.
Got it. Fair enough.
Yeah. But it is...
Yes. Anyway,
highly desirable. Definitely check it out.
Ultimate Spider-Man, phenomenal issue.
Yes.
Definitely worth reading.
Josh, I'm talking to you.
Not even definitely worth reading. I would even say it's necessary. It's essential reading.
Yes.
I'm talking to you guys.
If you miss Spider-Man like we did, read this.
If you cry yourself to sleep every night because you can't read Spider-Man, read this.
Yes.
I'm not saying I do. I'm just saying someone who might do that.
Yeah, somebody might do that.
Yeah,
I do.
I wouldn't do that. I don't cry.
Oh yeah,
I don't cry. Big men don't cry.
Yeah, you're a manly man.
Gee.
Okay.
But I just saw the trailer earlier today for He-Man Revolution.
Oh
God, right yes. Hell yes. I've been waiting for this second season. So it was Revelation, now it's Revolution, and I have a feeling that the third one is going to be Resolution, but we'll have to see. Anyway, dude, it looks great. Yeah, you reminded me to bring it up because there's a lot of tech that gets introduced in this.
Which I always found weird that there's like such tech in. I know it's not the just gonna call it Scarteris. What the hell's it called? The
Eternia.
It's Eternia. Thank you.
You're thinking of Warlord?
Yeah. I couldn't remember what it was called, and all I could think of was Scarteris.
I mean, go with what you know, right?
Yeah.
All right. Episode 180, or week number 4,536.
Of all time. Legacy number.
Of all time. Going back to 1938. Because we're that old. Well, I'm not. Josh is.
I am.
Zing.
Jerk.
You still got that issue of Detective Comics 27, Gramps.
Oh God, I wish.
Oh my God! If you had that, you could retire right now.
Yeah, our podcast would look a lot more professional.
You would be set.
That's for damn sure.
Oh shit! I closed Discord. All right,
what'd you do that for?
It was an accident. All right. Is there any other pressing news?
Or Spider-Man? Is there any other pressing up against Spider-Man?
No more Spider-Man news. I wish there was more good news, but for now, this is all we have.
I wish I was pressing up against Spider-Man, but
whoa,
You
buddy,
I'm
this
just
is a
saying.
PG podcast.
35-year-old Peter with a beard. Hell yeah!
You're like, oh man, it's like forget Mary Jane. I'm calling Pete Daddy.
Daddy.
Oh,
let me call you Daddy. I'll call you Spider Daddy.
he's a respectable father in this issue.
Daddy
I should not be making these jokes. He's a loving father with
He is
two very nice
wonderful
kids. Yes.
Richard and May.
Yes.
Or is it Mary?
I think it's May.
May.
It might be May. Yeah.
Maybe it's May. Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe.
No, Josh is gone.
Oh no.
What?
Maybe
the
Josh is gone.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
I have no more news other than I, for some reason, bought a copy of Underworld Unleashed, and
25th anniversary edition.
25th anniversary edition. I don't know why. I know why, but I don't really know why. So, yeah, that's all I got in my neck of the woods.
Right. Yeah, I think that's about it. Transformers number 4 came out this week as well, and I can't wait to talk to Brandon about it.
Oh God, stop taunting me. I will get to it.
I did remember that was a really good one. I enjoyed it anyway.
Which one?
By the way.
What?
Underworld Unleashed?
Oh, Underworld.
Yeah, Underworld Unleashed.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
remembered enjoying it.
And if it's bad, then I'm leaving the show.
Wow, no pressure.
Oh,
hey, wait
boy.
a second. Hold on, man, because like our tastes usually
That's
differ.
true. Well, I like the cover at least. It looks fun. And Neron can be a fun villain, so
Yes.
I have like
And Blue Devil's
some
in
of those.
there.
Blue Devil and
Gotta love Blue Devil.
yeah. Apparently the Rogues and all that stuff. So
Yep.
and yes, also Josh, you missed it, but Rob mentioned that Transformers number 4 came out. If you're not reading the series, you fucking should be. It's so good. And I haven't read the latest issue, so I'm also kind of a hypocrite, but I will get to it eventually.
If you liked, and I
Not
know
in
you
time.
did, because I think you finished it. If you read Do a Power Bomb, you will like this book.
Yeah.
Transformers fan or not, yeah.
It's basically like
I mean,
Transformers wrestling.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like, not even gonna lie. And I don't even
Yeah.
watch wrestling.
Optimus Prime does a suplex to Starscream at some point.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
German suplex, not like a regular, a German at that. He takes him to
Nice.
Suplex City.
It's like Optimus seriously needs to step into the ring. All the
Optimus
Transformers need to step into the ring.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Brock Prime. Nah.
Well, maybe we'll talk about this after the show, but I would love to hear your idea of a Transformers themed wrestling circuit. I'm sure you have ideas. I know you have ideas.
I
I can
don't,
tell
but
you right
now
off
that
the
you've
bat
said
that
it,
the only referee that's acceptable is Omega Bandman.
right?
All right. Well, this week I guess we'll start the show up then because it sounds
Yes.
like we're all out of stuff this week.
Well,
we've
now
got
my brain juices are flowing, and I'm trying to think of a
I'll let you
Transformers
just
wrestling book.
marinate on that, and then we'll come back to it.
well, for our honorable mentions, we got Wesley Dodds' Sandman number 4 and Fables 161. Main show is Speed Force number 3 with Batman and Robin number 5 and Green Lantern number 7. And then our bonus show, the Spotlight, is Outsiders number 3, Action Comics 1061, and Titans Beast World number 4. We got opinions on all of them. Make sure you come listen.
Yes. Right. So with that, we're going to start off our main reviews. I take it, unless there's nothing else. Josh, you have nothing else?
I have nothing.
Nothing.
I'm so alone.
Yeah,
What the hell?
but
No, you have us.
we're
Oh, I-
here.
you're all the way not in New York.
That's true. But you're all the way, also not in New
You're
York.
also not in New York.
You're in all the way down in Georgia, if I recall.
Georgia.
I'm in the deep side.
Yeah.
And you're
Yes,
still
buddy.
in Cali, I take it,
Mm.
Brandon, right?
Presently, we're like all very far away from each other because you're
Yeah.
in Ontario, Josh is in Georgia, and I'm still in California. We're like all over the place.
The Geek Matrix triangle.
Yeah.
We're not even in a fucking line anymore.
No.
It's a triangle, yeah.
It's a triangle.
And in the middle is a hell mouth.
And speaking of hell, reading Speed Force this week.
Holy
that's a transition.
Yeah.
That is a fucking segue.
Man,
Speed Force number 3, and Josh is the lucky contestant that gets to fill us in.
Written by Jarrett Williams, art Danielle Di Nicuolo, Francesco Motorino, George Combades, and Tom Derenick. Colors by Andrew Dahlhaus and Pete Pentezes, lettered by Dave Sharp, and a cover by Ethan Young. So everyone is going crazy over some concert tickets that just went on sale. Well, like most of everybody anyway. Some people are like, I'm busy or no thanks. But the majority of the young characters in the DC universe are all about it. So our music villain is still afoot. Then we see Wallace and Jaime getting a haircut. Next up, Wallace and Connor go to take on Masi Menos and Music Meister, and it looks like the evil music has Connor under its sway, because Music Meister aimed music at him, and now his costume magically matches Masi Menos. The art in here, that's the story, by the way. That's literally all that happens. There's more music concert tickets. No,
please tell us more. There must be.
And then Connor's outfit changes from evil music. That's it. That's okay. So the art in here is better than the last 2 issues, but that's not really setting a high bar. And for me, it feels on both levels, story and art. Well, story, art, dialogue, characters, and ultimately even the title. So I mean, I guess that's the whole book now, isn't it? So there were a few panels that looked good. I will give it. I mean, even the title, it's not even the Speed Force. I'm gonna give it 4 out of 10.
Normally, I disagree with a lot of your low scores, but I vehemently agree this time. 4 out of 10 is not quite what I gave it, but it's pretty fair, I think. So I do enjoy Danielle Di Nicuolo, and I do think the story has some kind of merit. What bugs me is the dialogue is so fucking straining on my brain. Like last issue or 2 issues ago, somebody called someone Holmes, but it was spelled like Sherlock Holmes, and I kind of just brushed it aside, like, okay, maybe that's some detective thing. I don't quite understand what he's saying here. But then he did it again this issue, and it was somebody else that said it. I'm thinking, okay, I think this time he's literally, and I gotta wait for Josh to come back for this one because he'll understand this too.
Yeah.
Fuck, Josh, where are you?
He disappeared again.
God,
I disappeared again. Oh yeah. Man.
Okay, don't do it again. No.
Oh my
God. You stay here, Devin. So
yeah, one job.
What bugs me? what really bugged me was they this time was Jaime called Ace Holmes, but like. They're misspelling because I think what they're really saying is Holmes as in homeboy, which you're not only spelling it wrong, but what the fuck? People haven't said that shit in 20 years.
Because this is probably written by someone who is.
We looked it up before, and the guy I think is like my age.
Yeah,
and he's
someone who probably was using this 20 years ago.
Yeah. He's trying to talk young, and I mean, I'm 40, like 5 or 6, and
like you've called me Holmes a couple times, but that makes sense.
Because I grew up way back then.
You grew up in the era of people calling each other Holmes and Homeboy,
Mhm.
and I still
Yep,
call people
homie.
Homeboy every so often. But I normally save it for when I don't like somebody, and in my head I'm like, "Fuck you, Homeboy." Like that's what's this fucking Homeboy doing? Like dumbass. Like that's how I use it. But like I remember that era. I was a kid for that.
But yeah, the dialogue in here is absolute trash.
It's garbage. I don't understand the incessant need for teen speak when half these characters aren't even teens anymore.
I don't know, fam.
Goddamn. Goddamn. It's just it's cringy to read. It's hard to understand what they're even saying half the time. Because they're trying so hard to like make them sound cool, or at least what was potentially cool 20 fucking years ago.
Yeah, and I mean, ultimately it's going to be very dated.
It shouldn't be. That's the thing. These are all new characters. They're all young characters. This book comes out this year. It takes place in current modern day continuity, and
it's
yet
like
it's dated for 20 freaking years ago.
It's like yelling out the current year when you're doing a rap song. All right, it's like forever. That's never going to be a modern song.
Like it becomes a time capsule of that
exactly.
Year.
Yeah.
And the problem with that is like, because I don't know. I understand why people want to do that. You know, you want to keep it contemporary and fresh, but like, this is gonna sound kind of pretentious, but anyone with half a brain can recognize that popular language evolves like every 5, maybe even shorter than that, every 2 years or something. So whatever was a popular word, let's say 5 years ago, it's probably not as popularly used today. That's not the case with all of them, but it definitely is with some. Like I forget which issue of Red Robin I was reading, and I like that series, but like, you know, Steph made a joke about getting pwned. When's the last time you heard someone say pwned? I don't know. It's just like
I use.
I know people sometimes definitely do, but it's like stuff that clearly had its time of popularity at one specific point just doesn't translate all that well 5-10 years down the line. And this book is definitely going to become one of those.
Yeah, it doesn't translate well now.
Yeah, which is that's what, because you want a book to have a kind of timeless quality to it, unless it's speaking specifically on something in that instant. But, this book is not like trying to be a commentary on current day. It's supposed to be some kind of irreverent team up between Ace and Avery, but it feels already dated.
Yeah, like the simplest thing to this is just keep popular language and like words out of comics. Like this, like once in a while, like if it was just a one-off that Steph said pwned, like okay, no, that's funny, okay, yeah, I get that. But when it's every fucking word bubble, it doesn't need to be there. Once in a while, like once a story arc, this is just a thing this character says, like a catchphrase, that's one thing. But it's like fucking every single speech bubble. It's so hard to read. It really is. And I hope that doesn't make me sound old, because I am, but like
it does. It makes you sound really old.
Brandon's young and he hates it too, so I feel vindicated.
I don't know. The thing is, like, I guess
I just want to take advantage of an opportunity to call somebody else old.
I guess it should be up my alley, being someone of the age demographic that would use words like that. But well, number one, as I've said many times before, I'm already very pretentious, so like, I'm probably not going to be using that stuff anyway. But two, it just doesn't, like, again, it just doesn't age well, because I can already see coming back to this series like 5 years from now. God knows where we'll be by then, and like, wow, this person was really trying to make it sound like hip and contemporary, and it just comes across as like cringy and dated.
Yeah, 5 years from now, who the fuck? It'll be like no cap, no cap,
like all that stuff.
I know what we'll be reading.
Like you got to go Google it.
5 years from now, we'll be reading The Road to Secret Crisis.
Oh God.
I'm not
you
giving
can keep
that
dreaming.
I will.
Keep on dreaming there.
I will. Jeff Johns will unite them.
Jeff Johns will have finished assembling his Ghost Machine empire by that point, assuming it hasn't fallen through.
Yeah,
so we'll have
the
to
only
see.
way I'm not
an
going to buy
image
DC
merge.
and Marvel
Yeah.
is if you let me write Secret Crisis.
DC and Image merge. Everything goes creator owned, with the except of the exclusive licensed properties.
Ooh, I don't know about
everybody
that,
gets
friend.
unionized, and they are able to take down Marvel to be the number 2 comic producer.
That would be an interesting concept, but I don't know how you would make established characters like that creator owned. It would be kind of impossible.
Well, no, I meant going forward. The original stuff will be, as it is now.
Why would they need to merge then?
Why would they need to merge then?
Yeah.
You telling me you've never wanted to see Shadowhawk on the Justice League?
I've always wanted.
Well, I mean, you could do
Savage
crossovers.
Dragon team up with somebody.
Yeah, you could do crossovers, but you wouldn't need to merge because merging assumes that they would lose the rights to that. So
maybe
Valentino would probably want to keep that, right?
You could have Savage Dragon and Dino Cop.
And Dino
Boom.
Cop. Yeah, there you
Yeah.
Look,
Savage Dragon through the multiverse.
I guess ultimately what I want is for the union to come to DC so that the creators there can get the kind of protection that the ones at Image have.
Well, maybe
I know
it
doesn't seem like that.
Yeah, I was like, maybe you should talk to Eric Stevenson to see how he feels about the Image Union. But anyway, that's a whole other topic of discussion. We don't have to get into that stuff.
No, because Speed Force sucks enough.
Yes.
We've got our point across. 4.5 out of 10.
I was not as harsh.
Out of 10.
I gave it a 5 out of 10 because I like Danielle and Dean Aquolo, and that was probably the only saving grace for this book.
Literally was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
Like I said, I think the story has some merits, and I think if they had better dialogue, it would be a lot more enjoyable.
Yeah.
It would still be disappointing because I was expecting a very different book, but at least I could read it. Yeah. Before we get into the next book, I forgot we actually do have news.
Oh.
Yeah.
We have news?
We have news.
Apparently.
Us having news is news to me.
Yeah. Brandon called something last week.
Oh.
Yeah, and I mentioned this last week. I completely forgot about this. We do know who is writing the new X-Men series, X-Men From the Ashes, post-Krakoan Age, and it is none other than Gail Simone.
Oh,
well, it's still we don't know in what capacity, but yes, at this point, it's like almost guaranteed that she'll be writing.
At least, she's co-writing some of the preview issue for Free Comic Book Day, which definitely makes it seem like she will be running the reins going forward.
Typically, that's how, but they've been very hush hush on what exactly that's going to look like. But yeah, usually it's Free Comic Book Day issues lead into whatever stories coming up later in the year. Like I think they announced that, I forget his name, but some guy is doing a new Ultimate series, and that's going to be one of the Free Comic Book Day issues as well. And it's getting co-billing with Zeb Wells' Spider-Man story, which is why I almost had a heart attack imagining that he was going to do work for the Ultimate Universe. I was like, oh God, please.
I hope not.
Just stay away. Please, no more. I'm done with Zeb Wells.
No more Zeb Wells?
Yeah.
You didn't enjoy his Moon Knight?
He didn't do Moon Knight.
Or Doctor Strange?
No. You're thinking of Jed McKay.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Jed McKay is okay.
Yeah. No, he's cool. A nice Canadian writer.
I know I read stuff by Zeb Wells, but I literally cannot remember what the fuck it is.
I
said Canadian writer. It reminded me of Matt Fraction. And now I want to watch.
Canadian.
Not Canadian.
Not Canadian.
I don't know why I
worked with the Canadian, so I guess Canadian by association.
Canadian by association. Are we Canadian by association?
Yes. So I suppose we could be. I suppose.
Does that give us dual citizenship?
Yeah.
Sweet. So I don't need a passport to go.
I can approach the border and they'll be like, "Where's your passport?" It's like, no, it's cool. I know people in Canada. You can just let me.
Fuck you. I don't need one.
It's like,
Sweet.
you don't need to check. I trust me. I know people. I've met many Canadians before, so
I have connections.
I have
like you roll up to the border and they're like, passport please, and you're like, I'm in a hurry, you're really inconveniencing me. Oh, I'm sorry.
Please come right in. Allow me to pay for your gas too.
Oh wow, that'd be nice.
Jeez,
Awful.
That would be nice. Fucking expensive up here.
Oh man.
I keep forgetting. Yeah, I still just know him from Spider-Man because he wrote ASM during the One More Day bullshit.
Yeah, he did that and
Brain
Hellions, which is a series that everyone loved apparently, and then promptly forgot as soon as he started writing Spider-Man, and it was shit. You can quote me on that, because if you go to like all the comment sections on like Leave Comic Geeks or whatever, they're like, oh, but Zeb Wells, he did Hellions. Spider-Man's gonna be good. I have faith. I trust him. And then it was garbage, and now everyone's like, I hate Zeb Wells.
Garbage. At least it was fancy garbage.
But I still hold that the first issue of Hellions was not that great. Like I read it and I was like, this is fine, and I never read another issue. But everyone was like, oh, it's so good. You gotta give it a shot. I knew. I have a good sense for these things.
I hate that. It's like when somebody tells me that I've got to watch a movie a second time because I just didn't get it.
It's like someone telling you that
I got it.
It's like someone telling you that you have to give a Joshua Williamson more than one chance. And hey, speaking of Joshua Williamson, I'm on fire today.
There is just one.
Now back to our program.
Well, there is one more bit of news.
Oh no! All right then.
It's kind of news though. Mark Waid is teasing more World's Finest books.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we don't know what they are. He's like, maybe in the future, like I can do more with this time period, more World's Finest books. That'd be cool.
Come on, I already tortured Josh about Josh Williamson. You don't have to double down.
I know.
Give him a little mercy.
What? If they did a World's Finest, like if somehow able to make it work, a World's Finest Power Girl and Huntress,
that'd be cool.
I would definitely check that out.
As I said, like, when I sent you guys,
set in the old Earth 2 continuity, or
set in the World's Finest continuity. I wouldn't want any crossovers, but I'd be interested to see what they could do with two characters that are kind of out of place and out of time to begin.
Well, I guess that's the thing that's like kind of confusing, because I think, as far as I can tell, still the World's Finest continuity is supposed to be set in the mainstream continuity, and obviously Huntress has a different relationship with. Well, I guess it depends on which Huntress you're talking about, but if you're talking about the one that's in JSA right now, that's a story that's taking place currently, so it wouldn't really work as well. But if you're talking about Helena Bertinelli, obviously she's not really all that close with Karen Starr or Paige, or whichever name you want to use. So
no, but
I guess it'll be a little bit harder.
There's two characters that are kind of out of place or out of time, what's her name from? Oh, what the hell is her name? Bruce and Selena's kid.
Yeah, no, you're talking about Earth 2. Yeah, Helena Wayne. Yeah,
Helena.
There was a book like that during the New 52 called
Earth 2.
World's
World's Finest.
Yeah. But
no, that's you said Earth 2, right, Josh?
Yeah, I mean, I remember
that's
that
why
book. That's where I
Earth
got
2
the
first.
idea, and I thought it would be interesting to see what they could do with two characters that are kind of out of place, out of time.
That's why I asked about the old Earth 2 continuity, because obviously that was the updated version for the New 52. But if you were trying to do something that kind of honors the spirit
that
of
would
the
be
World's
interesting.
Finest line, you could do like a retro throwback to the Bronze Age versions of Huntress and Power Girl from the All-Star Comics days.
That would be cool as shit. Now I want to read it even more.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think you should write it, though.
Oh, God. I don't know. I would do it, but only if I could get to make fun of the adult Robin costume because I hate that costume.
It's such a dumb costume.
I like just I have so
Does
many
it
opinions
look
on that
as
one.
dumb as Huntress as Batgirl?
No. That actually is kind of a cool design. This is
Yeah, I
like,
didn't hate that.
This is embarrassing.
It's literally the Robin costume, but his cape got like starched excessively.
Yeah, and he has like this green collar on his, I don't know what you call it.
And
his
he's got
face.
a bat around the R. It's really
Yeah,
fucking
it's just-
weird.
Why?
Ooh.
Ooh. And
When was this?
I think this was like
This is
like DC
Silver
had
Age
a
Earth 2.
yeah, DC had like a
Oh, okay.
costume contest or something. Or like a design contest where fans could submit their designs. I could be wrong. I could be thinking of something else. But I think this was a fan submitted design and there were a few others. And I was like, of all the ones you could have chosen, why did you go with that one? It's so bad.
Oh, we were thinking of different ones actually. So you were thinking of this one.
Yeah, there's like two different ones.
I don't know
Oh
if you
wait,
can
it's
see
I
it.
can't really see it, but
Okay, let me
Yeah.
send it in Discord.
I don't like either of them. I want to make that clear.
Yeah. So Brandon was thinking of this one. And I was thinking of this one. Which honestly, between the two, I like the one Brandon was thinking of better. I actually don't mind that one.
It's so bad.
It's not as bad as the other one.
Just get a different costume and a new identity. Like why? Please. Anyway, so yeah, if I were to do my world's finest throwback to the old Bronze Age, Silver Age, Earth 2 continuity, I would make fun of that immediately. That'd be the first thing you see.
Yeah. Hey, if Daniel Warren Johnson can kill off Bumblebee because he wants to, you can make fun of that Robin costume.
Just let me be petty about the things I don't like.
Yes.
That's all I ask.
That's all. Now, if I was picking a book, like it was thought of in
That's
the
it.
article.
That's all. I was muted. I was laughing my ass off.
That we could see World's Finest JLA, which could be like a pseudo sequel, if not just a follow up to JLA Earth 1.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing World's Finest Flash Green Lantern.
Well, it would make sense too because JLA Year 1 is devoid of Batman and Superman. It's focusing on the rest of them. So this would be the perfect way to segue to have that transition.
Yeah,
that's a really good idea too. But maybe I don't know. Could we branch out from Mark Waid just a little bit?
I wouldn't mind seeing someone else write it, but I would like to have Mark Waid the sequel.
Yeah, at least for the JLA book, I wouldn't mind seeing Jonathan Hickman play in that world.
I wouldn't mind seeing Jonathan Hickman play with anything in DC at this point.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, which speaking of Marvel writers, I forgot one thing I was going to say about Speed Force is the dialogue in that book. And you can take this any way you want. Actually, makes me miss Bendis teen speak.
Oh my god, you almost killed Josh. He's not wrong though.
I will take DuckTales any day over Holmes with an L.
Where's the lie?
There's no fucking
and
lie.
Like, if we're being honest with ourselves, is there some dated dialogue in Ultimate Spider-Man, the old Ultimate Spider-Man?
Oh god, yeah.
Bendis era?
Yeah.
Yes, very much so.
Definitely.
But honestly, that is much more endearing than this. Stuff in Speed Force.
It was much
half
easier
of
to
my
read.
problem with Bendis is the fact that there are 30,000 words per page minimum, and
that's still a problem.
Ladder dialogue.
I'm just comparing the teen speak. I'm comparing the youth speak, if you will. Bendis's voice for teenagers is a lot better than this one.
Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's still not good. It's better.
Compared to this, Naomi was a fucking masterpiece.
Yes. Yes. All right. I think we've bashed Speed Force enough.
Yes.
That is horrible.
Yeah, time to bash another book, right,
I'm
boys?
just looking.
Oh.
I'm looking at the
Some of
pictures that
us.
you posted in Discord.
Yeah. So those are the Robin costumes we're talking about.
Yes. from
Well,
the
then, yeah,
Brandon
I mean,
was thinking of the red one. I was thinking of the gray one.
Absolutely. I mean, if you wrote about that and if you were in that universe and didn't slam the costume,
I mean, that's
I
probably
feel
why
like you'd be doing a disservice.
That's probably why I shouldn't write it, because it's clearly vindictive, and I would just be making fun of it. You should probably get someone who has a bit more of love for it than I do. But
My thing with that red, yellow, and green costume though, with the basically the full spandex bodysuit, it's not
with the hair cut
realistically
out.
too far off from like Red Robin.
what are you saying?
Apart from the colors, it's not too
Oh
far
my
off.
god,
Red
you're
Robin.
kind of right. Okay, so like if you
Like in terms of
hold on,
design.
turn the cape black,
I
and
mean,
then turn the pants
oh,
black.
I guess modern day Red Robin. I was thinking of the Kingdom Come suit.
Oh
No. No, modern day Red Robin.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm talking about I mean,
and I like the idea of Robin
like,
in a
even
cowl with
Kingdom
the hair
Come
out.
Red Robin. Yeah, even Kingdom Come Red Robin wasn't.
But that
too
was
far,
just that was
too
just
far off
red
from
and black.
252.
That's like,
yes, but that's like
streamline
apart
the
from
colors.
the colors, like the design of the suit is very similar.
Ugh.
Very similar. Very similar.
I like I said, I have a few problems with this suit that I won't go into.
Is it
For
the
fear
colors or is it the design?
It's the design. It's just a
Okay.
bad design. It's a really bad. Well, the colors are certainly way too gaudy. I mean, I understand that
it's
you
Robin
can
still.
have that, but it's just like it's if you're putting this side by side with anyone else, it's like a rainbow basically.
Okay, but now I want you to pick that one or the one I was thinking of.
I choose death. How about that?
Wow.
Tell me how
Fair
you really
enough.
feel.
The one you chose is just very lazy. It's just like
It's
Batman's
so
suit with like a weird cape and an R over the bat logo and no cowl.
It's like, you know what, Alan Scott, I kind of dig what you got going on
it's
there.
just very lazy. The other one is just like it is just a catastrophe of a design.
Gotta batify it though.
Yeah, just batify Alan Scott.
And like also if we're gonna be honest with ourselves, this is the first thing I see. If you just recolor the one that I was thinking of, it's basically just a suit from the 90s. It's very much an Image like Wildcats era suit. The belt looks ridiculous. It's got the half cowl that cuts off where the hair pops
like
out.
half cowls.
But
it looks ridiculous.
It predates Wildcats era costumes by like 20-30 years.
Yes. So I suppose you could say it's ahead of its time in the worst way.
Realistically.
In the worst way.
Even the weird ass like utility belt. Like I don't even know what
like,
the fuck's going on
with that. That's messed up. That it's weird that isn't 90s because that looks hella 90s.
It does, yeah.
Like way 90s. It's like it looks so 90s. It's like, you know why he's running? To get more pouches.
Exactly. I don't have any around my my waist right now. I need some for my legs.
But that's sitting here looking at this. I would dig like top half red, bottom half black gloves, black boots, and a half cowl with his hair sticking out, black cape, but for Red Robin. That would look sick.
I think even further to that point, that weird ass belt, if you morph that into like the crosses, it got the same pouch pattern.
That's not a good thing. You're not selling me on this.
90s shit. I'm not trying to sell you on the costume. I'm trying to sell you on the fact that it's just very reminiscent of Red Robin.
Yeah.
I think it would look good.
Except horrible.
Speaking of Robins, I suppose we should move on
eventually.
From one herd to another.
Yeah, we'll get there eventually.
One Robin to another. Okay, yeah. Brandon, take it away.
Yes, one Robin to another, thankfully in a much better looking costume. Batman and Robin, number 5, written, of course, by our favorite writer, superstar, classic writer, Joshua Williamson, with art from Nikola Chismezchija. I believe that's how it's pronounced. with colors from Rex Locus and letters from Steve Wands, and a pretty snazzy cover from Simone DeMeo, promising thrills, chills, and high school. And for anyone who has been in high school recently, you can expect thrills, chills, and plenty more horrible things, I'm sure. But at least as far as Gotham High is concerned, it seems that the thrills and chills are not to be found, because it's a fairly mundane pancake breakfast as well as soccer tryout for all of the students and parents of Gotham High, and doing some lovely volunteer work on the side and looking apparently very handsome and enticing to some of the female parents there is none other than Bruce Wayne, looking just about as wholesome as you could expect with a bunch of pancakes in hand. Damian is upset because he's like, why are you here? You know I could have handled this on my own. But Bruce is just trying to be there, both for the school and for Damian's own support. And we cut to a flashback last night where the dynamic duo were in pursuit of Orca to find out more information about Shush and her plans. Orca, unfortunately, does not know anything and really isn't able to provide any information. So Batman and Robin leave her in the custody of the police and zip off to find out more information about the principal that Damian was looking after, and whether or not she really is Shush. They have about a week's worth of surveillance, really just Robin providing the surveillance, but he doesn't see anything out of the ordinary that would indicate that his principal is Shush or anything suspicious in that way. Cut back to the present day where Damian is furious that Bruce has showed up at this pancake breakfast and storms off in a huff. That's when Bruce ends up meeting with one of Damian's teachers, Miss Hall, who just kind of informs him that Damian is a good student and definitely is providing insightful commentary in class, but seems to be kind of distracted in his own way and isn't really thinking about stuff that he should be doing and engaging with the students in any way. Although it seems like Damian's time engaging with high school life will be picking up soon as he decides to try out for the soccer team in a rather fun twist of events and actually manages to get the upper hand on all of the students in a not so friendly little match, or not so friendly little tryout. But before he can score a goal, someone actually manages to stop his rather powerful looking kick and kind of shuts him down. And even though Damian's able to make the team, he still feels a little odd about the fact that someone was actually able to deflect and block his shot. We cut over to Bruce and Damian just following up on their investigation of Principal Stone and see that really there's still no suspicious behavior, nothing worth reporting anyway. And that's when they decide instead to tail another student who may be providing some possible information about what's going on. It's the goalie who had been able to stop Damian's shot during his soccer tryout. And that's when they uncover that, potentially uncover that there's more there that meets the eye and that this goalie has a strange connection to a rather iconic Gotham murderer / killer. And that's where our issue ends. How about you guys go first? I have some thoughts, but what did you think of this issue?
I'm not in love with the story still. I find it kind of weird and almost dull at times, but I am enjoying this B plot of Damien at school. I've really enjoyed the art in this one. Sismazia was an excellent choice because I've been, as much as I love Simone DeMeo in this series, I find it kind of jarring. DeMeo's art, I don't know, it's something about it just like sit well. But Sismazia's art this time was just, it was perfect. I felt it fit the tone a lot better. And this issue I didn't dislike completely because it was chock full of Damien and school stuff, and I thought that B plot is kind of interesting for me. I enjoy seeing Damien try to interact with normal life. It's always a bit of a treat. So for that, like, I'll give it. I'm giving a 7 right now for this issue, but I'm still not in love with the main plot. It's not the greatest, most interesting. I'm gonna say it's not the most interesting thing, and kind of weird. Like there's moments in this issue I really enjoyed. I thought Bruce going undercover as a father was such an interesting choice that I really liked, while also trying to be a dad in his own right. And the whole interaction with Orca, I thought was a nice touch. Like Bruce recognized that Orca is not the villain she used to be. She's worked with members of the Bat family in a side of good capacity very recently, and he recognizes that, so he's going to treat her with a bit more respect and not just harass her like he would any other criminals. I like that bit of continuity. Orca's an interesting character for me. I like Orca, so that was nice to see. I think that's about it. It's like seeing Damien as a normal kid, because he's not a normal kid. Yeah. So 7, solid 7. All right, Josh, give us your 3.
Give us your 2.
Well, okay. So it's the whole story's leading to Damien versus Saz Jr. Ugh. But okay, whatever. I guess he knows he can't write Batman, so he's gonna write a Robin book with Batman in it. I think the premise feels really silly. He's kind of just taking different things and molding them, doing whatever he wants, and like always, this shit's gonna not mean anything in the end. I'm so tired of talking about Williamson books. It's not even funny. Says Messiah and Locus, they tear up the art though. Their art is fantastic. Says Messiah's pencils are fucking wicked, and Locus pulls off lighting and shadows really good, and that's something that I'm all about. So the art helped out the score quite a bit. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. So
Right.
there, not a 2.
I mean, I wholly agree. The art was really good this issue.
Yeah. I am pretty much the opposite of what you guys have said in almost every way.
So you're a 1.
I'm a 1. No, for me, actually, the strength was in the story, not so much in the art. And I like Nikolić's Mesija. I hope that's how it's pronounced. But honestly,
I
the
think
art,
it's Croatian.
Yeah, the art in this issue, just I felt like it didn't really work for me, because I'd really been digging Simone de Meo's layouts and stuff like that, and we've lost Josh again. But I don't know. It just
I'm still here, mate.
Oh, yeah. It just felt kind of scratchy, and I don't know. It felt like it didn't work for some parts of this book. There are some parts of the artwork for me, especially during the scenes of just like everyday stuff of Bruce volunteering, of Damien at soccer tryouts. But it was when they were actually suited up and doing, the superhero thing. It didn't work as well for me. The story, however, was probably what I loved the most. And I don't know, maybe I'm like still swimming in feelings, because I've been reading the Tomasi Batman and Robin book, but I was really into just the fun dynamic between the two, particularly in this issue. I mean, I've been enjoying it in the series, but I just like seeing, Bruce is trying to be an engaged dad, and Damien's just not having it, or he's just like, no, I just want to kind of do my own thing in my own way. And it is a little angsty and emo. I won't deny it, but it's just fun. Like even the scene where the teacher is saying, like, it's okay to be a helicopter parent, but you gotta, let them go off and be their own. I was like, oh, it's so sweet. So I don't know. I can understand having hangups with some aspects of the story. I can understand kind of being maybe not as into the shush plot, or even this new plot with, Zaz having a kid. But I don't know. I'm still enjoying it thoroughly. Still loving the dynamic, and it's exciting. So I gave it an 8.5.
Fair enough. I'm not against the idea of Zaz having a kid. I think it's really fucking weird because I don't think he could meet a woman without trying to kill her.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
I gotta it had to have been a conjugal visit.
Maybe.
But how do you set up a conjugal visit? There, something happened. Who knows what the hell happened?
Well, I'm wondering, like,
sense.
I mean, there's a whole network for
yeah.
women to just meet convicts in prison and go sleep with them.
Here he is talking about dating networks.
Well, I guess I was thinking like maybe this is some kind of fling that Zaz had, but I'm shocked that he didn't kill her immediately after.
Maybe
that's what I would have expected.
Oh no, maybe he just waited.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he conveniently waited 8 months and then she gave birth and he was like, okay, you can die now.
Yeah.
I guess.
Thanks. Bye.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
He had a fling.
Wait.
He got
somebody pregnant.
Thrown in Arkham, and then I guess maybe after he found out he had a kid and decided to kill her. Who knows? I don't know. I'm sure there's an explanation.
He got somebody pregnant and then tried to kill her. 911 was called, and he got picked up and thrown in jail for a couple of years.
And then found her after.
Never found her after.
Damn. She must have been like the Flash if she was able to escape Zaz in time after their fling.
There was an apartment full of lonely single men that jumped to her defense.
Yeah, that's probably more accurate.
I don't know. I've watched Gone Girl one too many times. I've seen how murder during sex can happen.
Oh God.
I don't like it.
Why is this the X-rated episode of not? Oh my God! I almost called it Not a Robot. Oh.
Well then, I guess that's it for Batman and Robin.
That's all we got.
All right, honorable mention.
I think that's it, man.
Yeah, I mean Batman and Robin, not honorable mentions.
I wish we were talking about Aquaman next, though. I want an Aquaman book. Anyway,
I want a Green Arrow book.
So we don't go deep down; we go deep up.
Yes,
or deep
out. up in the sky. As I was gonna say, now for something completely different because I like referencing that sometimes. Hey, it's Green Lantern #7. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I'm happy. This is
Hallelujah indeed.
Yes, this is written by Jeremy Adams with art from guest artist Amanke Nahuelpan. I pronounced that really weird. I apologize. Colors from Romulo Fajardo Jr. Hell yeah, and letters from Dave Sharp, with a main cover from Edwin Galmon, and that cover is actually really fucking good. I like that cover.
Oh yeah.
I hope my LCS got me that cover. I mean, it's the main cover. But
remind me again, the Kyle Rayner Doc Shaner variant cover, is that issue 8 or issue 7? That's issue 8, right?
I think it's issue 8.
Okay.
Which I really fucking want that one.
No.
I'm sorry. I might have the Kyle Rayner Doc Shaner variant cover.
It's
for issue 8. Yes.
Yeah. Rob sent it in the Discord, but you can send it again.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I sent it. I didn't send it now. I sent it like a month ago. But I'll send it again. It looks fucking gorgeous. Right. So we pick up some time ago on Oa. All of the Earth Lanterns are together, which is a sight you will, and I'm just spitballing here, never see again. That is.
I don't want to hear that.
All of the Earth Lanterns, all 7.
For a reason, as they explain in this issue.
Yes. We're not just talking about the 4 Corpsmen. We're also talking about the Green Lanterns, Jess and Simon, but also Joe of Far Sector is also there. All 7 of them. This takes place not long after, and you can imagine, not long after Jeffrey Thorne's run. And there are hints that they are keeping that that writer that shall not be named.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
that mysterious Green Lantern run that happened 2 years ago that nobody remembers.
Oh yeah, I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, there's some continuity coming out of that still counts, such as the giant colorful bubble in the background. That seems to be the new power source that John created at the end of that run. So there are some stuff that is still happening. the Lanterns are all there. All the Green Lanterns are on Oa awaiting their new overlords, the United Planets, led by
Overlords.
yes, led by Lord Premier Tharos, who I believe is also a Durlan, if I remember right from issues of War Journal.
He's a goddamn Durlan. Yes, he is a
Yeah,
Durlan.
damn right, fucking Durlans can't be trusted.
Can't trust damn Durlan.
All that xenophobic, I don't care. They can turn their face to whatever they want. They're like Skrulls. They're horrible. Fuck Skrulls. Anyway. So they are reassigning all Lanterns to different missions. Sectors will essentially be defunct for the most part. More importantly, as we already know, Sector 2814 is quarantined and Earth will be left to its own defenses because there are plenty of heroes and metas and supers within that sector already. We do not need Lanterns patrolling that sector. As the Earth Lanterns begin to interject, Lord Premier Theros also says that if a Lantern does not agree with anything that's going on, they are free to go and can resign at any time. And Guy
you don't like it, get the fuck out.
Pretty much. As Guy is just about to, though, Lord Premier Theros gives him his first mission, and that is to apprehend the bounty hunter known as Lobo. To which Guy instantly says, I'm in, because he's got a score.
Of course he does.
I'm sure Josh very much wants to read that book, which doesn't exist.
I want to read that book. Who doesn't want to read that book? I would love to see that.
There's no reason why it can't be the next backup for Green Lantern.
It's still in my mind because I just read it, but like if they relaunched Emerald Warriors and it was just like, okay, Guy's on a fucking quest across the universe to track down Lobo, but he doesn't know that he's still being kept by Brainiac right now. Which would probably mean it would be written by Joshua Williamson, and then Josh would cry.
Well, here's Josh. You reminded me. I'm gonna make your day right now. I'm gonna make your day. You're gonna be happy about this. I haven't read the post yet. I just saw a notification from the Green Lantern subreddit. Somebody posted they were talking to Jeremy Adams, and Jeremy Adams said that there is a Guy Gardner backup coming soon.
Oh man! Fingers crossed. It's a Guy Gardner Lobo backup.
I think it must be if this is
has to be.
Yeah. The fact that you said backup, that just reminded me. I gotta go read it.
Oh, I'm happy.
You're just dancing like that guy in AEW. The hell's his name?
I can't remember what his name is.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about, yeah. All right, so Guy is off for his adventure with Lobo, which we will potentially see at a later date. Hal and Kilowog, meanwhile, are being tasked with a matter of utmost importance, and that is to accompany Lord Premier Theros to Korugar to meet with none other than Sinestro. I imagine this is new Korugar, not old Korugar, because that one's gone. At what point do you stop calling a new planet new if the old one is gone?
They call
you don't, or else it would be called York
Oa,
City.
Yeah, they call Oa now, but about 4 or 5 years ago when they had recently repaired it, they were calling it New Oa.
Oa. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe when people want to stop using it.
I guess.
Maybe when the newness wears off.
The newness.
Possibly.
when
it's not as shiny as it once was.
When it stops smelling like a brand new car.
It's like Oa's been smelling a little washed up lately. Someone hasn't been cleaning the latrine, so it's not new Oa anymore. It's just
dirty.
Snaky Oa.
It smells like shit.
It's Oa. Smells like New York City.
I would say he's into cleaning this shit up if we tell him he gets to keep all of it.
That is brilliant. Also, I would say it smells like Hamilton, but no one would get that.
Nobody wants to.
No, I don't know.
Smells like Hamilton does not. It doesn't sound good.
I don't know if you ever drove through Hamilton, Josh, but it does not smell nice.
I mean, I've driven through Hamilton. I can't remember the smell though.
I will never forget it.
That bad, huh?
Oh God.
I used to have to drive through a town that it was a small town too that had a sugar beet factory there. Like it was Pioneer Sugar, and they did whatever they do to sugar beets turn into sugar there. Let me tell you, man, every single day the entire town smelled like rotten trash.
Yikes.
Every single day.
That's not
Oh,
good.
it was so bad. Nope. Not cool. Not cool at all. And my buddy had a windshield busted out one time when a sugar beet fell off the back of a truck.
The fuck? How big are these things?
A sugar beet? You know those little mini basketballs? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They're like this.
They're like that big.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're about that. They're about that big.
Shit.
Yeah. Enough to scare the shit out of you if it hits the windshield.
Well, with enough speed and force, yeah, it would easily crack something.
Jesus.
Oh yeah.
Crack a skull.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah. So speaking of cracking skulls, they're on their way to Korrigar. They make their way there, get clearance landing, and the resident Zudarian on the Sinestro Corps is following them supposedly as like a security detail to make sure the ship lands safely. And they end up in the central chamber where Sinestro's throne is. Sinestro being the ever asshole-ish way he is.
You mean incredibly and impressively diplomatic.
I mean, sinister as fuck. Like he makes Dirk Dastardly look like a good guy.
Dirk Dastardly.
Or whatever the guy's name was from Wacky Races. I know Dirk Dastardly was from. Oh God, what was the guy's name? The Road to Moose.
Isn't it? Yeah, he's like he has what's his face? Like that dog. Muttley?
Muttley. But I don't think that wasn't Dirk Dastardly though, was it?
Was it?
Dirk Dastardly was the villain, unless it was the same guy.
I think so yeah, no, he had like the
mustache,
like the mustache and like the old school racing
and he
cap,
wore
and
a cape for some reason.
Yeah,
but he was also a villain for a cartoon character whose name escapes me.
Oh,
he wrote a
what
moose,
do I know this?
if I remember right.
Penelope Pitstop.
No, what the fuck?
Victor McGrath?
No.
Who are you thinking of?
Unless he was only Canadian.
Wait, no, he wasn't only Canadian because I watched the shit with that villain too. Was it Snaggle? Was it Snaggletooth?
No. He was a human.
Was it Hanna-Barbera even?
I don't know. Oh my god. It's gonna bug me. I need to get through the fucking Green Lantern book though.
Bug.
Why do we do this? That was Dick Dastardly, not even Dirk Dastardly. I always get that wrong.
Anyway, Sinestro is pretty sinister.
Yeah, so I'm thinking of somebody else. Son of a bitch. Okay. I'll need to look him up and let you guys know who I'm thinking of.
Eventually. We'll figure it out.
Yes. Right. So they end up in the central chamber with Sinestro, who Lord Premier Theros is trying to get Korrigar to join the United Planets. Sinestro is not too in love with the idea. And uses that moment to basically tease the fuck out of Hal, which riles Hal up in true Hal fashion. He gets in Sinestro's face. Theros tells him to go away, back to the ship, because he's raising some bullshit up right now. Hal's not too happy, but as he wanders out of the Citadel, he sees 3 people wandering in, and is a little questionable about them. As we see in the next page, Kilowog is left alone guarding Lord Premier Theros as these 3 people that Hal saw arrive outside the window in Sinestro Corps uniforms and attack the chamber right away, calling for the death of Lord Theros. Kilowog protects Theros and then turns his eyes towards the Sinestro Corps members. Hal jumps in to jump into the fight as well, but saves Theros in the process, gets him back to the ship and calls for backup. Meanwhile, Kilowog is left dealing with these 3 Sinestro Corps members in true Wog fashion. He's making good work of them, but they get the upper hand and lace him with all sorts of yellow spears. He starts to get the upper hand
and over.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty. He begins to get the upper hand against them again, but then the yellow power battery, the central power battery for Korrigar, the yellow lanterns, begins to power up. Wave of energy blasts out of the top and seemingly incinerates all 4 combatants as Hal is left stuck watching the explosion happen. Meanwhile, back on Earth, currently, we pick up where we left off last issue. Hal is outside his trailer talking to none other than Razor, who has finished the story explaining how how Kilowog is now dead, and explaining that he doesn't believe Sinestro had nothing to do with the attack because shortly after that he agreed to sign the treaty. And then
part of a sinister plan.
Yeah, being sinister and all. But that is also when I keep forgetting his name, Razor, also reveals that not only was he also a Blue Lantern, but the power battery on Odin has also been destroyed.
Kaboom.
Yeah, so there are no more Blue Lanterns. Not the first time this happened.
Sadly.
If y'all remember, the Reach ate it one time.
And just when I bought my own Saint Walker 2.
Jerks.
Poor timing.
Or it could be great timing. It might go way up. Who knows?
Yeah. And in a little brief backup, the last chapter of Wayward Son, written by Peter J. Tomasi with art from David LaFuente, colors from Tamara Bonneville, and letters from Rob Lee. Korg has been found by, I forget his name, that asshole.
Nagath,
thank you. He's found by Nagath, tied up, and told the rest of the kids to destroy Korg's ship. And that is when Korg reveals proof that he has in a hollow cube that shows Nagath taking a bunch of the riches that the kids stole for him and going gambling, meeting up with all sorts of women, buying expensive cars, and he's a lot richer than he leads everyone else to believe. That's when the kids release Korg and turn their sights on Nagath, but Korg wants him alone. And since he has experience beating the shit out of people 3 times his size, maybe even 5 times, depending on my scales are really bad, maybe even 6 times, who knows, beats the shit out of Nagath, taking a few hits himself, gets his yellow gauntlet back, paints S's on all of them, and that is the start of his own core, the Sin Sun Core. And that's to be continued in Sinister Sons #1 coming next month, February 2024.
So we've lost the Blue Lanterns and we've gotten the Sin Sun Core.
Yes.
I don't know if that's a fair trade, but
it's not a fair trade.
We don't know that we've lost the Blue Lanterns yet, because if they are continuing some stuff from the run that shall not be talked about, if y'all remember, Chip became a Blue Lantern. So who fucking knows what's going on? Kyle's backup is next month.
Yes.
I need Kyle.
I guess we'll find out where the hell he ended up getting assigned.
Yeah. I was really happy to see all the lanterns this issue. The art was really good. I was sad to not see Zermanico again, but this was a good trade, I think. M&K did really well, and even more so, Kyle's mask on the first page, perfect. There's very few artists that draw Kyle's mask so well that you can actually tell he has a nose. Not only did they show
right,
but they showed the outline, they showed the nostrils. It fits perfectly. I like it.
They even have like the little ridge that's like over the part of his nose. I don't know what you call it, but yeah, some people they just kind of draw the H design and then just kind of give up because the crab mask that Kyle has is, I guess, the way Daryl Banks designed it was so specific that some people just weren't able to do it, or they didn't want to try.
Yeah, but this was really well done.
Mhm.
And the rest of the issue was good too. I could go on and on about the art, but there's so many great moments in this. So many lanterns in the background. You get to see Guy Gardner. Hell yeah! Looking forward to a lot more adventures with these other lanterns. I'm happy that we're getting to see them.
And I will say, to your own excitement, maybe Kilowog being dead, I feel like is fairly open ended because we didn't really see where any of them ended up. So,
I was going to bring that up too. I'm not convinced he's dead.
I didn't mean to cut you off before
I mean,
you said that.
You basically segued into the part I was about to bring up. I don't think he's dead.
Yeah.
I think like that's not concrete. Hal says they were incinerated, but we were never shown anything.
No residue, nothing like that. So
yeah, so for all we know, he's somewhere else.
Yep. Presumably beating the shit out of some yellow lanterns, and I want to see that.
Yes. Oh, he already
he mopped the floor with them, and now they're just like they're calling him master. I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to see that Kyle, but just the green one, the green parts in blue, and that's it. And he's a Blue Lantern.
That would be interesting, but kind of weird.
It would be dope, and you know it.
I don't know. Like that '90s costume is so iconic.
So iconic in green.
Yeah,
it's mostly black.
But that's the thing. It's got that subtle green that makes it work.
And that blue,
I don't know if it would fit the same with blue.
Yeah,
there's only one way to find out, and that's to give me a 12-issue series.
Well, we're trying to manifest it every day, and I guess one day we'll wake up and it will have happened.
One day. But yeah, so this issue, it's backstory, it's a flashback, it's interesting. I don't really know, I don't have much else to say about it. It's not like anything uber exciting happened or there's much new information. You got to see Kilowog's death, but that doesn't, like, I'm not convinced on it. So for now, all in all, issue, I'm giving an 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I was actually surprised this one was as short as it was, because I know they had kind of revealed the big surprise, even though Rob had called it way before any of us realized that Kilowog had been dead this whole time. I was kind of surprised to see that they pretty much just had the whole explanation of how he died in just one issue. I guess I was expecting it to be a little bit more, so it would be, kind of a stopgap between whatever the next arc is going to be. But I think this did a fairly good job of just telling the concise story of what happened on Korrigar. Well written, explains how the United Planets reorganized everything. It was just a very solid issue. And I'm excited to see what future developments happen, because like we mentioned, I don't think Kilowog is really dead.
I don't know, man.
No, it's way too easy. The fact that like they didn't even show any remnants of anyone being incinerated or anything, like it was just a flash and they were gone. It almost feels so obvious that there's no way they could actually be dead. And knowing Jeremy Adams, his penchant for not really killing characters, at least as far as Flash was concerned, I don't think he's dead for good.
So do you think maybe like all of these batteries that are exploding and dying, etc., there's something obviously behind it, but maybe he was like sucked into it and
that's
transported to wherever this shit is coming from.
What I think one theory might be, and I know because they already kind of did a story like this in Green Lantern Corps, where I think they were called the Keepers, and it was basically like the Keepers of the Lanterns. Rob, you might remember this story better than I do, but basically it was like, the Keepers. This was like the first arc of the New 52 Green Lantern Corps. where it was like the Keepers of the Lanterns rebelled or something like that. But it was that planet where they had basically used it to store their power batteries or something. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But that's the arc that John snapped that guy's neck.
Yes, yeah. At the end, where he's like, "Don't reveal the secrets," and he was about to, and then he snapped his neck. Oh God!
And then he was investigated by the Alpha Lanterns.
It's even worse. Is like the issue that's like the coda to that arc. John has to go to the homeworld of the guy that he killed, and basically like lie to his family and be like, yeah, your son died a hero." Just trying to give them peace of mind, even though he was basically about to reveal. Anyway, to your question, Josh, yes, I think there's a place that they may be getting sucked to, and the fact that multiple lanterns are disappearing and exploding possibly means that someone is consolidating all these lanterns for some hidden reason. Who knows? But
Dan Mora, and he's gonna make a composite lantern.
Yeah.
I mean, that already exists. That's the way.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh, and that is Kyle Rayner.
Yeah.
So funny story. There's been a lot of discussion on the subreddit of the past month about what Kyle's best costume was, and then somebody shared pages from Green Lantern, New Guardians, and the New 52 after Kyle was like all the rings were attached to him.
Oh,
before he became the White Lantern, he had that multicolored gray costume.
But it had like a a tiara.
That would be a
goofy.
composite lantern. It was a good fucking costume.
I thought it was kind of cool, man.
Yeah.
Nothing beats the black with the white chest. I'm just period. That's my favorite Kyle.
I mean, that one's pretty good.
That's my favorite. It will always be my favorite Kyle costume.
It is
the
really
classic '90s one or the post.
Yeah,
No, that one is iconic.
Fucking
but not the best one. The best one is obviously the Jim Lee redesign from 2002.
What?
You know which one I'm talking about.
I do like that one. I do like that
costume.
one, but you're trolling, right?
Maybe I am. I don't know. I'll let you decide.
I do like that one though. I feel like I said that once that was the best costume. But like I'm questioning my choices.
I'm just saying there's a reason I have that figure, but I don't have the McFarlane classic Kyle, so
there's a reason I don't have that figure. And that's because I haven't found it yet.
Kyle Rayner in like the battle suit.
Wait, which one are you talking about? Oh yeah, the biker suit from if you look up the cover to Green Lantern number 151 from 2002. That features
it's the costume he had right before Rebirth.
Well, actually, no, even into Rebirth.
Yeah, like right into. Oh no, he definitely.
No, he basically wore that up until he became Ion during Infinite Crisis.
Yeah, and then he got the updated one where it's
Green Lantern 151 from 2002.
Yes, because there's that opening scene of Rann Thanagar War where it's him and Kilowog, and I was like, yeah, that's my suit. And everyone was moaning because they hate that suit. But I love that suit. I wonder what people are saying on the subreddit about that suit, or if they've even mentioned it at all.
It never got brought up.
Of course it did.
Yeah. His White Lantern suit got brought up. The Blue Lantern suit got brought up.
Blue Lantern suit is pretty dope.
But that biker suit, I don't think.
Actually, I'm curious. Did anyone mention? I mean, I guess it's not really his suit, but did anyone mention like Kyle's first appearance suit, which is literally just the classic Green Lantern,
just Hal's
suit?
No, I don't think so, because nobody really recognizes that as a Kyle costume. Even though that was his first appearance.
Think of that ever.
Yeah. No. But it was literally just for one issue.
Yeah, not even. It was for a panel.
No, it was
for like 51.
Literally just 51, and then the end of that issue he redesigns it. And Alexander was like, maybe you want to try again. I think. I don't know.
Did you say Alexander?
Alexandra.
Yeah.
Wait,
Well, I
did you
mean,
see
Fox
Green
Alexander.
Lantern 51 or Green Lantern 151?
Green Lantern number 151
from 2002.
2002.
Yeah.
Gorgeous Jim Lee cover. I printed out a version in high school on poster paper, had it hanging on my wall.
Nice. Yeah, it says "In Brightest Day" on it. Huh. Conveniently drawn by Dale Eaglesham.
Conveniently, which again was why I was like, they really should have gotten Daryl Banks
with
to
the
do
white gloves.
Yep.
No, green gloves.
I'm looking all over for this shit, and I am
literally just type in Green Lantern number 151 2002.
I literally typed that in like 2 minutes away.
The first thing that should pop up on if you go to Google Images is that cover.
It's right there, but I'm about to share it on Discord as well. This one.
Why is that not showing up for me?
What do you type?
My most common result is the Jeff Johns omnibus from Green Lantern.
What the hell?
That's so weird.
The fuck? Under images? What are you searching?
Oh, I tried a bunch of different ways, but I started out Green Lantern 151 2002. And then I eventually added Jim Lee and then Kyle Rayner.
Yes.
Try without 2002, but I also typed that in. I got the same result of like.
But I see it now, and that is decidedly. I love Jim Lee, and I loved just about every single redesign he did for the New 52, but I don't like that at all.
just have poor taste.
I don't have poor taste, man. That looks like some fucking Image reject shit.
It has absolutely zero pouches, and you know it.
Very true. It does have shoulder armor or arm armor. Excuse me. Just plates out of place for no reason.
Yeah, Jim Lee did like a brief run of Green Lantern covers for that era. And they're all so good.
It's drawn really well.
Still like my favorite. I don't know if you can really see it, but
we can't. No, it's not showing up.
Kinda.
Wait.
Anyway.
Oh yeah, no, this is number 150, isn't it? Yeah, 150 is such a good cover. I love that issue. One.
Oh man.
Wait, did I didn't even let you finish talking about Green Lantern, did I, Brandon?
Oh shoot. Yeah, no, I didn't really have much else to say other than just like solid issue. Looking forward to seeing where all the plots go. And it was nice to have like official confirmation that Razor, at the very least, if he's not a Blue Lantern, was on Odin, doing his training or whatever. So 8.25 out of 10. I just really dug it.
Yeah, I just sent the most.
Right, yes, but also
the best looking Kyle image I've ever seen by an artist named Bella Rachel.
The best one.
I wouldn't say it's the best one, but that
is
I
have
awesome.
I have several, but I have one that still is kind of one of my favorites. I'll pull it up. It's from Francis Manipul. It's from a couple of years ago. It's so good.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's 100% fair.
But as far for me, this continues to be great. I love that. I am so curious about what is going to happen in the next issue, and that's every issue so far. It's written damn good, and like nothing, at least for me, is forecasted whatsoever. And Walpin, as always, does awesome work. Fajardo can almost do no wrong in colors. Green Lantern is easily one of my favorite books right now. On the back of it, though, I remain unsold on Sinister Sons yet, because one, we don't know if Sin Sun is really Sinestro's kid, and Zod's kid's name, Lorzod?
Lorzod.
Yeah. I'm just, he's not interesting to me at all. I just kind of find him boring. But as far as part 4 of this story goes, it's the best one, I think, so far. It was a really good closer, and that was for both art and story. The first part was better than the second part, obviously, but altogether, I gave it an 8.75.
Right on. Better score than me. All right. Well, with that, that's the show. So we're gonna get to our top 3 books of the week and favorite moment if you had one.
I did have one. I did.
That is good to hear.
It was honestly in this first part here, it was kind of slim pickings, but in third place is Green Lantern, but in second is Action, and in first is Titans Beast World, because I could not put the other ones in my top 3. These are my top 3. If you want to hear about why, bonus show. My favorite moment is the cliffhanger at the end of Green Lantern. The blue lantern power battery is dead. The yellow one's dead. The green one's dead. What the fuck is going on? There's like a million possibilities, but for sure one is that it's what's causing the disruption in the emotional spectrum, for sure. Whatever is causing all the lanterns to go kaboom. And that was just leaving me hanging like that, with going, oh, come on. I mean, like, in my head, it fucking echoed. So yeah, that was
that's the same reaction Brandon and I had when we got to the end of Ultimate Spider-Man.
That's exactly how I felt. I was just like, God, seriously, it's over already.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Brandon, what about you?
For my top 3.
what the fuck? He's just
He
gone.
died. For his top 3. Bye.
Bye.
It's a fucking secret. I'm not saying shit.
That's funny.
There he is.
Okay, I'm back.
Brandon
Sorry,
is
I
back.
accidentally closed that.
It's like,
oh man, that was perfect timing.
My
for
top
my
three.
top 3.
Bye. Well, leave me in suspense. No, number 3, I had Outsiders. Number 2, I had Batman and Robin. But number 1 for this week is Green Lantern. Number 7, just a really solid issue.
Right.
Really solid issue.
No, sorry, that's not right.
Yeah, it is.
well, it was a solid issue, but that was not. Sorry, no, that was not my number 1. My number 1 was Action Comics, actually. But Green Lantern can get an honorable mention. But we'll get into that later. My favorite moment, at least from the books for this week, had to be, I don't know, maybe I was in a good mood and I found it funnier than it probably was, but the whole reaction of like all the parents seeing Bruce Wayne serving pancakes, and they're like, oh, he's so handsome.
Yeah.
One of them is like, I would take him home and ruin him, and he just looks like the biggest nerd with a bunch of pancakes in hand, and it was a very sweet moment.
Yeah,
I hope he's broke and I can spend all my good years trying to fix him.
Yeah.
All my good years. What the hell? Yeah, that one was pretty funny.
For me, number 3, I had Outsiders number 3, and number 2, I had Green Lantern number 7, and at number 1, I also had Action Comics 1061. Ooh. Yeah.
I know. I'm actually excited to talk about this one.
Yeah, it's surprisingly. That's all I'll say right now.
Yeah, surprisingly, and then we're done. We're gonna.
We just accidentally closed the window like Brandon. Favorite moment for me was Guy finding out his secret mission to apprehend Lobo and instantly gets excited. And in true Guy fashion, peace out, losers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Honestly,
can't
I
wait
had
for that.
another moment that was also a guy moment, which was like literally the start of that issue. But it
Oh
was
yeah,
like where he's
30 minutes
he's like
late
you're
guy.
late guy, and he's like, are they here yet? And he's like, no. And he's like, then I'm right on time. I was
Yeah,
like, classic,
it's
classic
perfect.
Gardner.
For sure.
Yep. All right, folks, that is our show. Actually went on a lot longer than I thought it would for three fucking books. 2
Trust me,
hours.
we know how to stretch time.
We do. All right. Josh, you want to give the outro this time? Because I'm always gonna fuck it up, I think.
Sure. Like Rob said, that is the show. We're getting out of here, so you've got to as well. Be careful out there, and yeah, ooh, wicked. And remember, in the Geek Matrix, everybody has a home. In the Geek Matrix, you are not alone.
Peace.